Ever feel like you're losing your mind in a relationship? Like, no matter what you do, you're always wrong, always apologizing, always walking on eggshells? Here's the disturbing truth. You're not crazy. You're being manipulated. Narcissists use sophisticated psychological warfare to dismantle your reality. And by the time you realize it, you've lost yourself completely. Today we're exposing the 9 devastatingly effective tactics they use, so you can recognize them, protect yourself, and reclaim your power. 1. Gaslighting, making you doubt reality. Gaslighting is psychological terrorism. The narcissist systematically makes you question your own memory and perception. That never happened. You're too sensitive. You're remembering it wrong. They don't just dismiss your feelings, they attack your ability to trust your own mind. Over time, you stop trusting your instincts. You second-guess everything. The damage extends far beyond the relationship, causing anxiety, depression, and complex trauma that can last years. This is why recognizing gaslighting early is critical. The longer it continues, the deeper it destroys your sense of self. 2. Love bombing. The seductive beginning. Narcissistic relationships often start like a fairy tale. You're drowning in affection, constant texts, extravagant gifts, talk of marriage within months. It feels like you finally found someone who truly sees you. But here's what's really happening. They're studying you and learning your vulnerabilities, your dreams, your emotional triggers. They're creating an intense bond so powerful that when the abuse starts, you'll be too attached to leave. Once they've hooked you emotionally, the love bombing stops cold. Affection becomes conditional. Criticism replaces compliments. This calculated shift from idealization to devaluation leaves you desperately chasing that initial high. 3. Blame shifting and projection. Never their fault. Nothing is ever the narcissist's fault. Forgot a date? You should have reminded them. Said something cruel? You're too sensitive. This is blame shifting. The constant deflection of responsibility onto you. Projection is even more twisted. They take their own toxic qualities and accuse you of having them. A cheating partner interrogates you about infidelity. A liar accuses you of dishonesty. You end up exhausted, constantly defending yourself against baseless accusations, gathering evidence of your innocence while they face zero accountability. 4. Playing the victim. Weaponizing your empathy. After causing real harm, narcissists flip the script and position themselves as the wounded party. Try to hold them accountable? Suddenly, they're devastated by your accusations. Your legitimate grievances become attacks against them. This exploits your empathy. You don't want to be cruel, so when they cry victim, you back off. Over time, they face no consequences. You've been trained to prioritize their feelings over your own pain, comforting your abuser while your needs go unmet. 5. Silent treatment. Punishment through withdrawal. This reveals the narcissist's true goal. Pure control. When you displease them, they go completely silent. No explanation, no communication. This creates intense anxiety and triggers fears of abandonment. You'll desperately try figuring out what you did wrong, sending apologetic texts, and eventually apologizing for things you didn't do just to break the silence. The narcissist knows this. By withdrawing, they demonstrate power over your emotional state and train you to comply to avoid this painful punishment. 6. Isolation. Cutting off your support system. Narcissists systematically separate you from anyone who might reality check their behavior. They complain that your friends are bad influences, or create chaos around social gatherings until you stop suggesting them. They weaponize jealousy, accusing you of infidelity until you distance yourself from loved ones. Isolated, you become entirely dependent on them for validation. You have no one to compare notes with when they gaslight you. You're alone with their version of reality, exactly what they want. 7. Triangulation. Using others against you. The narcissist brings a third party into the relationship to create chaos. Maybe they shower an ex or coworker with attention while ignoring you. They compare you unfavorably. Why can't you be more like them? This triggers deep insecurity and competition. You change yourself, trying to win back their favor. Exactly what they want. The third party also validates their narrative. See, this person doesn't think I'm bad. You're the problem. 8. Minimization and invalidation, eroding your self-worth. You're overreacting. It's not that serious. You're too sensitive. The narcissist consistently downplays and dismisses your emotions. They actively deny your feelings are legitimate. Eventually, you question whether you have the right to feel anything. You suppress emotions to avoid dismissal. You internalize that your needs are unreasonable. This is particularly insidious because emotions simply exist. You shouldn't need to justify them. 9. Future faking. Promises they'll never keep. The narcissist paints an elaborate vision of your future together, the house, the trips, the perfect life. They make these promises with such conviction that you can see it happening. But years pass and nothing materializes. Every time you bring it up, they recommit to the fantasy, blaming external circumstances. You tolerate current mistreatment because you believe in this incredible future. You're stuck in emotional limbo, sacrificing present happiness for a future that will never arrive. The path forward. If you recognized yourself in these scenarios, understand this: it wasn't your fault. Narcissists deliberately target empathetic, kind people. These are strengths, not weaknesses. Recovery means reconnecting with people who respect you, rebuilding your sense of reality, and remembering that your feelings, perceptions, and needs are legitimate. You deserve relationships where you feel safe, valued, and like yourself. Knowledge is power. Now that you understand these tactics, you can protect yourself and reclaim your life.